guys, today we're back with the third part of a Makeup Masterclass series. In the first two we're talking about foundation, about which types of foundations we know and how to find the right shade and all that jazz. If you've missed them, I'll link them down below so you can go watch them. Today we'll still be talking about foundation, but this will be the last episode on this topic, and we'll show you which tools to use and how to actually apply foundation. I'm like confused and petrified at the same time.
I really am. These things do petrify me.
These are the tools that we can use to apply the foundation. You don't need all of them.
Oh, really?
just to clarify that. But okay, let's start with the first one. This is called a foundation brush. I personally don't use it for like liquid foundations because it leaves some streaks, but it is great for applying cream foundation.
It feels nice. I want to pet it.
That's my, I guess, personal choice. But yeah, it is quite like dense, as you can see, and
not as in stupid, but, you know,
and like quite flat. So that's one of the brushes that you can use. Then we have a second type, which are buffing brushes. They have a lot more hair. They're like a bit round and they are very dense. Like if you feel it, it's quite dense, right?
It's like a thick rug. Feels nice.
Yeah, these are great for buffing in your foundation, which means that there won't be any streaks left behind and you can really like get right in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I love to use this with liquid foundations. I think they're perfect.
So when you use these type of brushes, how do you actually apply the foundation on the face?
The first one, with the foundation brush, which is the flat one, you use downward strokes.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, because we have hair all over the face, even if you can't see them. And if you would use this brush and do this, you would get a very patchy application. But then with these, like buffing brushes, you use circular motions so that you can really buff it in. Another brush you use circular motions with is a stippling brush, which looks like this. This one isn't as dense, but it also works for applying liquid foundations. I used to use it, but now I mainly use it for applying like cream blushes and stuff, but we're gonna get to that later.
There's a difference, see?
You don't have to actually use brushes to apply your foundation if you don't want to. We also have sponges. As you can see, these two look different. This is the one you usually use dry, just apply liquid foundation and you pat it on. Foundation, obviously. And this is the kind of brush you use damp. So what you do is you wet it and you squeeze out the water, and then you apply your foundation with also a stippling motion.
It's really not as dirty as it sounds, we promise.
And I love this one because it creates a really natural finish. And it's great if you have dry skin because it prevents, the dampness prevents the foundation to stick to dry patches. So that's actually my favorite choice to apply my foundation with.
So yes, you would choose that over brushes.
Over brushes, yeah.
Why exactly?
Because it works best for my skin type. Because it creates a more natural type of finish. With brushes, your foundation can look a little bit cakey if you're not careful and you have dry skin, but because this is damp, I don't know how it works, but it works, and it helps your foundation not to stick to dry patches.
But either way, you just have to try it out.
Yeah, you have to try it out and see what your preferred choice is. Some people don't like sponges, although this kind of sponges, like the ones that you wet, are very popular right now. And lots of people use them, but yeah, you can.
The first time I saw it.
Maybe it's just me because I'm into makeup.
She's the majority of people.
But yeah, these are quite popular at the moment amongst the makeup crowd. But obviously, you always have your brushes as well.
Wait, so if you were like me and you walked into a store and you only wanted to buy one brush, which one would you choose?
I would probably say go with a buffing brush
Why?
because it is, I guess, the most versatile.
Hmm.
You can use it with most types of foundations, and it also works best, I think, because it buffs in the foundation and doesn't leave any streaks behind, so you really get a more of a like flawless application.
Then another question I have. Can you apply foundation with your fingers?
I mean, you can.
Can you? Though,
Yeah.
Does it like produce a desirable result? Or?
Yeah, you definitely can. I don't like it because I don't like to get my fingers dirty, to be honest. But yeah, you can definitely do it, especially if you have a very liquidy foundation, or like if you have a tinted moisturizer and things like that. Fingers are the way to go with those.
Alright.
So yeah, you can definitely use fingers. It's just, it probably won't look as nice with like thicker formulas.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Good.
'Cause it won't be even, but yeah.
Right.
You can if you want to.
Doesn't look that scary, have to say. And she
See?
knows what she's talking about because I'm sitting right next to her, and it does look like her makeup right now looks quite natural, even as from like the close distance.
Yeah, because on camera makeup usually looks like nicer.
Yeah, obviously.
But
yeah.
in reality it can look very cakey.
Still, hers doesn't. Damn you.
It's the spongy.
It's the weirdest shape though, I have to say. I mean, come on. What the hell?
So do you want to apply some foundation now?
No.
Okay, well that's the end of the video then. I'm just joking. She will do it because I'm gonna force her. But before we start with the application, there's a few extra things you need to know. Before you apply it, it is good if you clean up your face to remove excess oil. And what I would suggest you is to have a micellar water with you, and you just put it on the cotton pad and just swipe it all over your face so that you can remove the excess oil. And then when you do that, you also have to apply a moisturizer, obviously. This helps if you have dry patches, and just because, you know, it is nice to have hydrated skin, I guess. So moisturizer goes before foundation, and then you can start applying foundation unless you have problems with oily skin and you also want to use a primer, which is another product.
Sounds like Transformers.
That
What is it?
some people use. Usually it's clear. I mean, it can be like green, but we're not gonna go into that. Basically, primer controls the production of oils on your face, and when you apply it, it basically helps to stay your foundation on longer, and it also prevents you from getting shiny throughout the day. That's why people with oily skin like to use primer beforehand. Does that make sense at all?
Yes. If you don't want to be shiny, use primer.
Exactly. But yeah, only if you have like severe shyness going on. It's not like...
Who has a severe shyness going on?
It's not like the product that you have to use on a daily basis.
Alright,
Like
just
you
over the
don't
weekend.
have to use it. It's not like a, I don't know, a staple, I guess.
Okay.
So for beginners, I wouldn't suggest them like, oh, you have to, you know, go buy a primer. Like, it's not an essential, but it's something that you can use to like enhance the way your makeup looks.
Alright, fair enough. Don't use it.
So Monica will now demonstrate you. She'll basically show you how to apply foundation. She'll try to apply it the right way.
Which will not happen
So where do you put it?
on your face.
Yeah, but like, how do you use it?
How I would normally use it.
Yeah.
Basically, I think I usually start on the cheeks. Probably not. Again, thank you.
I would suggest you to start on your forehead and then move your way down on one side of the face and then do the same on
Why?
the other. I don't know. That's just the way I was taught and it makes sense to me. But you can either put it on the back of your hands when you apply it,
Do that.
or you can use a palette, but that's what
Is that too
makeup...
much?
That's fine. That's what makeup artists usually use. If you want to know how a palette looks like, it looks like this. And you also have a knife. That's what you have to use for cream foundations, but not with liquidy ones.
Really, you apply cream foundations with a knife?
No, you use a knife to get the foundation out of the foundation palette onto the that palette that I just showed you, and then you apply it. But yeah, do you want to use a buffing brush?
Sure. So I just kind of dip it in.
Yep, you dip it in,
And then
you dot it on your face. Start with like forehead. So you, for example, you really don't have to apply as much. You'll try to now blend it out like with
circular
the
strokes.
brush. Yeah, but like all over your face because you applied quite a lot of it.
Go all in, you know?
And also just to let you know, this is not Monica's shade. Like we just took a random liquid foundation that I had.
Thank
we
you.
didn't really match her. So, you know, just so you know.
Spent a whole video before this one talking about how to choose the right one, but you know.
But you know, we don't have money to go shopping now, so I mean that's true.
That is true.
So we have to.
What am I doing?
Well, so what did I say? You tap it on, then you use circular motions and you buff it. Yes. There we go. Also, it will probably be better if you hold it like this and not like this. Yep.
No, this feels unnatural.
And also make sure you blend it into your hairline so that you won't look like this.
Don't do this.
Just like blend it.
What about your eyebrows? Can you go over your eyebrows?
Yes, you can go over your eyebrows because you're not wearing any eyebrow makeup yet. And also make sure to cover your eyelids. You basically have to cover your whole face. Apart from lips. Like you don't have to go over your lips.
And nostrils are fine. They're left out as well. What about your ears?
Yeah, you also have to, well, obviously if you have your hair down, you don't really have to do it, but yes, your ears as well. And you also have to put it down your neck so that, you know, it matches
Do
your
you need
neck.
more foundation now?
Yes, because you used quite a lot on your forehead and
Look.
you run out. It's best if you use less and like just tap it all over your face and then quickly blend it in. If you don't have enough layers on, you can always add more, but if you put on too much at the beginning, you will probably look cakey. So less is more. This is so entertaining.
Don't shove your brushes into your nose. 'Cause there are consequences. God, I feel like I'm not in my natural color.
What? Yeah, because you're covering the redness.
I own my redness. There is nothing wrong with my redness.
Well, I don't like mine, so...
More?
No, don't have to put on more.
Okay, this was...
If you have more imperfections left, like foundation most likely won't cover everything. For bigger imperfections, there's concealer, which
And
is the which is the topic we'll cover next. Not psychiatrist, but concealer.
Honestly though, imperfections also make you unique, so don't feel like you have to cover everything.
No, totally. I'm totally that kind of girl who, like, I don't actually like very unnatural makeup looks. I think, you know, less is more. That kind of
That's
thing.
true.
I don't like a Kim Kardashian thingies. That's popular right now.
No, I agree with that.
But yeah,
Guys
I
do
always,
too.
when I wear makeup, like, if I have a pimple showing through, like, I just don't care. Like, that's fine. I'm not gonna die because of that, you know. So yeah. Do you have any more questions?
Oh yeah. So now that I've applied my foundation, I
Yeah.
feel like that there's, because I have a certain dry patch between my eyes, my eyebrows really. What is there anything I can do at this point?
To fix it?
Yeah.
No, sometimes if you use the damp sponge and go over it, it can help a bit. That's what I do. Always, usually, even if I use a brush, I always use a damp sponge to go over it. That's what you can do, but it's best to take care of the problem beforehand, you know, by exfoliating,
Think
using
ahead.
a moisturizer and things like that. Yeah,
Okay.
because dry patches are very annoying when it comes to foundation.
They really are.
I struggle with that as well because I have a lot of dry patches on my cheeks. So sex.
That's actually one of the reasons why I don't use a whole lot of makeup, because I feel that, you know, when people get close to me, they can just see the dry patches, and I just know it doesn't look attractive at all.
Definitely use a damp sponge.
Okay.
It makes such a difference. I really love it.
So another question about foundations. When you apply it, do you just like apply it on your face, or does it have to like...
No, you have to apply it down your neck. You don't like have to cover your whole neck. But when you apply it on your face, you just kind of do that. Like just go down.
Down the hickey zone.
it should match your neck as well, and then it just blends out.
Right. But have the right one first, because it,
yes,
like
just
from
have the right
experience, it really does not look well when it's not the right shade.
Yes. You look like an Oompa Loompa.
I spent years wearing that foundation. Thank you
well,
very much.
Sorry, but now you know the truth.
Now I know better, and now I'm afraid.
Now you know better. And now you're gonna wear the right shade, right?
Yes. No.
Yes, you will. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something new. If you have any additional questions about foundations, if you're interested in any product recommendations maybe, or just in any specific details, leave me questions down below.
And I will read them out in some of like our videos. So make it classy, smart, and very like informative.
Basically, if you're interested in anything, just leave me a question down below, and we'll be doing like some sort of a Q&A video where I'll be answering additional questions that other people might find it useful as well, because I really want to make this as interactive as possible and really help you out. So yeah, but that's it. We'll be continuing with the topic of concealer next time. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on that video. Make sure to like this video so that we know you enjoy it and we can make more of them. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.
Bye!